Good morning, everyone. This is Carissa Chilcote with NWS Wakefield, and I'll be going over our weekly weather brief for today. A few things have changed over the weekend. The first big one is that we have continued the flood watch today for the I-95 corridor in the Piedmont, and we have a slight risk of an excessive rainfall outlook for most of the area and a marginal risk for excessive rainfall down in southeast Virginia, northeast North Carolina, as well as a marginal risk for severe weather today into tonight that we'll talk about as well. So first up is going to be the weather pattern. We are in this very repetitive pattern of scattered afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms. And temperatures are pretty seasonable, hot and humid for the next few days. And then later this week, around Thursday and Friday, we're going to see a little bit of an increase. Temperatures will start to ramp up a little bit, to be a little bit above seasonable. And those rain chances will continue through the work week. The big thing for today is going to be that flash flooding threat. And we are expecting this to start about 1 p.m. today and last through around midnight. Seems like those storms have been starting pretty early in the afternoon recently. We don't expect that to change much today. And this is going to be for most of the Piedmont, I-95 corridor, and in portions of the Northern Neck. And we're expecting highly localized areas of 2 to 4 inches in only an hour or two. But overall, most areas are not going to receive much. It's just going to end up being where those scattered showers are going to end up setting up, and we're expecting them to be pretty slow moving, which is going to allow them to just kind of drop buckets and buckets of water, which will lead to that flooding threat, as we've already had so much rain over the last few days, especially in these very urban areas, that it won't take a whole lot for any flooding of low-lying or poor drainage, maybe some creeks and stream flooding as well. And we are highly confident on localized flooding. We can't exactly say where these showers and storms are going to set up yet, but we do expect there to end up being some sort of flooding, especially in those urban areas. So with the flooding, we do have the excessive rainfall outlook for today and tomorrow. Today we are under a slight risk for most of the area. Tomorrow is just a marginal risk. The best chance is going to be across the Piedmont, where just portions of Fluvanna and Louisa County are clipped into that slight ERO. And then it's looking like Wednesday we don't currently have a marginal risk for this excessive rainfall, but that could change because it's going to be quite dependent on how much rain we get both today and tomorrow in these areas that have already received high amounts of rainfall, that marginal risk could be expanded further into our area for Wednesday. Here is our rainfall totals through Wednesday evening or early Thursday morning. It looks very splotchy, so don't take this to heart where you see those like circular yellow values. That is very deterministic, and it's, again, we can't exactly say that specifically those areas are going to get an inch to an inch and a half because it's going to depend on where those storms set up. But where those storms are, we are expecting some localized 2 to 4 inches of rain. That is possible. And that's just because these are going to be slow moving, and we are in a very, very moist environment that continues. So there's lots of moisture in the atmosphere for these storms to tap into to just fall a flood. And for the next 3 days, we are expecting the scattered showers and thunderstorms to continue every afternoon and evening. As for our timing, I kind of mentioned that it's mostly going to be in the afternoon and evening. And then today and tomorrow afternoon is going to be that prime, or not necessarily prime, but it's going to be the most likely time that you see the thunder and actual storms develop versus just showers. And that's just going to be, that's when the peak daytime heating is. And it kind of looks like Wednesday, the chances of thunderstorms kind of decreases slightly, although we still are around a 40 to 60% chance Wednesday afternoon, versus today and tomorrow is more 55 to 65 chance. Looking forward from the middle of the week into the weekend, basically, we can't rule out these afternoon showers and storms. That's kind of just the nature of the season that we're in. We're kind of stuck in this pattern. And it's kind of still too far out to determine if there's going to be any more flooding impacts. Switching gears a little bit to the severe storm potential, we are under a marginal risk for some strong thunderstorms today, mostly along that I-95 corridor and west into the Piedmont. The main threat is going to be wind gusts. There could be a few damaging winds, but the main threat is going to be that flooding, although we can't rule out a strong storm or two. As for Tuesday and Wednesday, a few storms may be strong. There we go. But we are not in an outlook at this time. So for that timing of any severe storms, we are thinking it's going to be 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. So very similar with that flooding, but stopping a little bit earlier as we'll lose that daytime heating and the instability that comes with the afternoon. And these storms, like I've been mentioning, are going to be stationary. Any wind gusts that we would see that would be damaging are going to be on the lower end side, maybe 45 to 60 miles per hour. And that's going to mostly be with these downbursts of these storms. And we have moderate confidence in these storms developing, as well as moderate confidence in intensity. Moving on to our heat risk, the next 3 days doesn't seem to be a significant threat for any heat risk, although, as I kind of mentioned earlier, as we ramp up towards the end of the week, both Thursday and Friday, we do see temperatures and dew point temperatures rise a little bit, so it is possible that we could need heat advisories at the end of the week. At this time, it's still a little bit too far out to say for sure, but there has been a few models hinting towards this. Here's just another look at the temperatures over the next 7 days. Friday is looking to be the warmest with heat indices up to 105, maybe a little bit warmer in some more urban areas. Otherwise, our temperatures are going to be mostly seasonable for the time. And here is our regional forecast for the next 7 days. Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday do have the highest chances of precip, and then precip chances do decrease Thursday into the weekend, although afternoon showers and storms can't be ruled out at this time. Looking ahead into next week and beyond, we are expected to have above normal temperatures and above normal precip. As for our rip current forecast, we do have a low risk of rip currents for all beaches today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Switching to marine threats, we could see some small craft advisories being necessary, especially in the bay, both Wednesday and Thursday. That is going to be more likely in the bay than the coastal waters, although it is possible to see them in the coastal waters just a little bit. But overall, we're just expecting small crafts for Wednesday and Thursday. The marine conditions are fairly benign with sub-small craft conditions up until Wednesday, mostly south wind between 10 to 15 knots. And then we'll see a small ramp up Wednesday afternoon and into evening. Here's another look at our expected winds and wind gusts. You can really see that the wind starts to pick up Wednesday afternoon and evening into early Thursday morning. as the winds kind of shift to be more southwest than southerly. As for our waves and seas, they're pretty benign. We're not expected to get to any small craft advisories over the next 3 days with the waves. As for tropical weather, there is I believe it's a 30% chance of a tropical storm or depression developing in the Gulf in the next week or so. It's not super favorable at the moment, and we'll just keep an eye on the trends, but it doesn't seem like it's going to have any impact to our area at this time. That concludes the live briefing for today. Thank you for listening in.